about his tire pressures as he drove through the debris from the accidents and why his car didn't launch the way he expected it to when the lights went out.
Yeah, frustration from the driver, no doubt, but don't worry about why the car didn't launch now. Let's just get on with the race. We'll have a look at the telemetry data after the Monaco Grand Prix. Nothing we can do now, the race is underway.
Cars officially out of the race. Roman Grosjean, Pastor Maldonado, as well as Pedro de la Rosa, who did not resume in the HRT. Now Vitaly Petrov is in the pits in the Caterham.
Boy, very unfortunate for poor old Pastor Maldonado had such a great run a couple of weeks ago. Well, Hamilton's launch control may not have done too well, but he's certainly lying a pretty close third, under pressure from both Ferraris. It's good to see Felipe Massa giving his team leader, Fernando Alonso, a good run for his money.
Yeah, absolutely it is.
Good to see him back in the frame. Right behind him now, Sebastian Vettel, who actually got clipped by Roman Grosjean's car there down at...
right there.
We've got 4 world champions in a row here. Vettel, Raikkonen, Schumacher, and Alonso is just 1 spot out.
Great shot of the Jardin Exotic, the exotic garden, very green and fervent on the right-hand side as you come down to that hairpin. And again, look, we're already back in the tunnel.
Felipe Massa must be really happy on the super softs now, staying with his leader, Fernando Alonso, as they come down to the Nouvelle chicane. Poor old Felipe Massa's year has not gone well at all. A lot of pressure, of course, from the Italian press, but he's doing a really good job here.
Now he's reviewing that video and trying to find out whether or not the drivers did it deliberately, or, as you suggest, had no choice but to take evasive action.
That would definitely be a case of force majeure, I would have thought.
Well, and the man who will argue on behalf of the drivers is Nigel Mansell, the 92 world champion who was assisting the stewards this weekend. Of course, I suppose he could argue against the drivers as well. Amazing to consider that these laps Mark Webber is leading are the first laps he has led in a Grand Prix this year. Let's take another look at the start now and see if we can...
around here, this is the track. This is not where they should be. Look at this.
It's Nico Hülkenberg in the Force India, and then the Toro Rossos, and so on.
Yeah, and I'm sure, David, you know, for your point, I'm sure a lot of those drivers will say, well, where did you want us to go? There's a cross straight into the middle of the track. Come on.
Gosh, I can't help feeling sorry for poor old Roman Grosjean. He has retired from 3 races this year without reaching the end of lap 4. 2 of them he has retired without reaching the end of lap 1. But when he has reached the end, he's just had some extraordinarily good results. And I'm pretty sure he's one of those guys that could have had his first win and a first win for the constructor.
Yeah. After 2 pit stops, Kamui Kobayashi has now retired the Sauber, so that's 4 cars out of the race.
And live streaming coverage of practices 1 and 3.
And white.
Back live on the streets of Monaco. Mark Webber remains in the lead during the break. The stewards handed down their decision on cars that took the first corner at Saint-Denis. It was decided that they were avoiding Roman Grosjean's spinning Lotus, and there will be no further action. And live streaming coverage of practices 1 and 3.
And white.
Back live on the streets of Monaco. Mark Webber remains in the lead during the break. The stewards handed down their decision on cars that took the first corner at Saint-Denis. It was decided that they were avoiding Roman Grosjean's spinning Lotus, and there will be no further action.
Yeah, that's all I've got. You want me to find you an out and everything? You just have to put a speed center front end on it, because I've got a